Welcome, viewers. This story was shared with me by Liam from Edinburgh, Scotland. What happened to him was touching, and I still get chills thinking about it. When Liam shared this with me, Adele, I had no idea what was coming next. It still haunts me. Disclaimer: my English is weak. I'm sorry if I say something wrong. Understand? Let's start the story. The New Year's party at the ghost house. It was supposed to be the perfect way to ring in 2026. My friend and I, there were six of us, decided to skip the crowded city clubs and rent a big old villa on the outskirts of the city. We found this place on a popular rental app. The photo looked incredible. High ceiling, vintage furniture, a massive stone fireplace, and a price that felt like a total steal for New Year away. The host, a guy named Marcus, was super responsive. His profile picture was a bit blurry, just a man in a dark coat standing in a garden. But his messages were polite. He told us he had left this key under the mat and that had stopped by around midnight just to hand deliver a bottle of vintage champagne as a New Year gift. We thought, man, this guy is a legend. We arrived around 8 p.m. This house was isolated, tucked behind a thick grove of leafless trees. A heavy fog and settled over the ground, making the stone walls of the villa look damp and grey. Inside, the air was freezing. Even after we cranked up the heating, there was a lingering chill that felt like it was coming from inside the walls, not from the outside. Does anyone else feel like this place is heavy? Sarah asked, rubbing her arms. We looked it off. We are 20, we are 20 something with enough drinks to forget about the atmosphere. Around 10:30 p.m. the party was in full swing. The music was blasting, the fair was roaring, and we are having a great time. That's when Marcus showed up. He did not knock, he just appeared in the hallway leading to the kitchen. He was tall, wearing a very formal, old fashioned black suit. His skin looked incredibly pale under the dim hallway light, almost like parchment paper. Happy New Year, he said. His voice was flat, no emotion at all. He handed me the bottle. It was cold ice cold. He did not join the party. He just stood there at the edge of the living room, watching us. I was not a friendly watch. It was the way a person looks at a museum exhibit every time I look it over. He was in a different spot. 1 minute by the stair, the next by the heavy elevator satin. He never seemed to move. He was just there. Marcus, man, have a drink, I shouted over the music. He just tilted his head and disappeared. I have already had my fill of this house. Then he walked toward the back door and vanished into the fog. After he left, things started getting wild, really wild. The music on my phone started glitching. It would slow down under the singer voice sounded like a deep, demonic growl. Then it would speed up. Then the lights started flickering. not like a power surge, but rhythmic, like a heartbeat. Thump, thump, dark, thump, thump, light. Guys, look at the walls. Chalovis appeared. We look it behind the building wallpapers in the dining room. Something dark was oozing. It looked like old oil, but it smelled metallic, like pannings, like blood. We were all drunk, but the fear started to sober us up fast. I am calling Marcus. I said, my hand shaking. I pulled up the app. My heart dropped. The booking confirmed. Confirmed. Screen was gone. In its place was an error message. Listen no longer available. Host account deactivated. Suddenly, the front door slammed shut. We turned to bed, but it would not budge. It was not looking. It felt like it was part of the wall itself. Then the screaming started. I did not sound like it was coming from the house. It sounded like it was coming from under us. Dozen of voices, muffled by the floorboards, crying out in agony. We halted together in the center of the living room. The fire in the hearth suddenly turned a sickly, pale blue, and there, standing at the top of the staircase, was Marcus. But he was not wearing the suit anymore. His clothes were tattered, socked in that same dark, metallic flood. Behind him, shadows began to detach themselves from the wall, human-shaped shadow with hollow eyes. Hollow eyes. The word is just starting, Marcus said, and his jaw unhinged further than any human should. It's been so long since we had fresh guests for the anniversary. The light went out completely. The last thing I remember from the shoes broke out was the sound of the floorboard upstairs cracking open one by one. Adele, I can't even imagine the terror Liam felt in that moment. But believe me, what they found when the sun come up, it changed everything you think you know about this story. Stay tuned in for part 2, where you would find out the dark secret Marcus was hiding and how Liam actually made it out of that house alive. So viewers, like this video and continue part 2 and comment. Okay. Start part 2. The New Year's party at the Coast House part 2. The darkness was absolute. It was not just a lake of light. It was thick, like we were submerged in black ink. The screaming from beneath the floorboard had stopped, replaced by a weird, dragging sound coming from the staircase. Liam, where are you? Sarah's voice was teeny, trembling right next to my ear. I reached out and grabbed her hand. It was ice cold. I'm here, I whispered. Everyone stay together. Use your phone lights. We fumbled for our phones, but as soon as the screens lit up, they flickered and died one by one. Six high end. Smartphone just turned into brief. But in that brief second of light, I saw them. The shadow Marcus had called forth were not just shape. They were people. They were pale, wearing clothes from different eras. 60-second, oh, I think 70-second disco shirts, 90-second flannels also, and their throats were all open wide, dark stain covering their chests. Then Mark's voice booming. But it did not come from his mouth. It came from the wall themselves. Don't have so soon. The anniversary is only beginning. Suddenly, the floor beneath us gave away. Not a fell into a basement, but a slow sinking, like we were being pulled into quicksand. I felt Sarah's hand slip from mine. I screamed her name, but my mouth filled with that metallic tasting flood. I thought I was dying. I thought this was the end. Then silence. I woke up on the gravel driveway outside. Then sun was just beginning to peek through the fog, turning the sky a bruised purple. I was shivering violently, my clothes soaked in morning dew, and that dark, oily substance. One by one, my friend crawled out from the bushes or sat out on the porch. We were all alive, but we were covered in bruises, and claw marks. We did not wait. We peeled into my car and drove until we saw a patrol car at a gas station 5 miles away. When the police arrived back at the villa with us, the house looked different. It was not the beautiful vintage rental anymore. The windows were boarded up with rotting wood. The for sale sign in the front yard was rusted and half buried in the dirt. It looked like I had not been alive in for 30 years. I bucketed. I yelled, pulling up my phones, which had miraculously started working again. Marcus, the host, he was there last night. The officer looked my phone. He looked at the app, then at his partner, then at his partner. His face went play. There is no Marcus registered to this address, and there has not been a listing for this house on the history of the app. He walked me over to the porch and pointed at a brass plaque near the door that I had not noticed in the dark the night before. It was a memorial. In 1976, the officer explained this was law. A man named Marcus Thor invited 6 of his friends her for a New Year's Eve party. He waited until midnight, locked the doors, and well, they called it the New Year's Massacre. He killed everyone before taking his own life every 10 years on the anniversary. People report seeing light in this house, but no one ever goes in. I looked at my phone again. The app was open. The error message was gone, but the profile picture of the host and had changed. It was no longer a bloody man in a garden. It was a photo of us, my friends and I, taken from the corner of the living room while we were lugging and drinking. Under the photo, there was a single new message from Marcus. See you in 2036. I still need one more for the election. I am safe now. I moved across the country and I have stayed in hotels ever since. I checked the new a few weeks later. The house had mysteriously burned to the ground on the 2nd of January. The fire marshals could not find a cause, but they did find something else in the ashes. 7 sets of ribbon. But the 7th set, But the seventh set, it was fresh, and I did not belong to any of us. I don't know who that seventh person was, but I know Marcus got his party after all. Adil, the story was still gives me the chills. Liam says he's not doing okay now, but never stayed in a house alone anymore. It's a reminder that sometimes sour deals we find online come with the price we are not ready to pay. If you have a story, Liam, send it over. So, everyone, like this video and subscribe this channel for next real story.